What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video here today. Back for another round of the Manufacturer Series, the penultimate round of the Manufacturer Series here at Laguna Seca in the Group 4 cars. Now, I'll be blunt. This race was probably one of the worst FIA races I've ever been a part of. And the main reason for that is you need to keep an eye on everybody with the last name Makosi. There's about 3 or 4 of them in here, and yeah, they turn out to make this race interesting to say the least. But qualifying, I felt like I could have easily gotten in the top 2. As you can see here, things didn't start off too good on the outlap. I got absolutely murdered from behind. I'm not too sure what even happened there, to be honest, because I saw somebody coming up behind me, so I moved over, and then I've been drilled from behind. So I don't know, that was a bit odd. But anyway, on our qualifying lap now, the only person who I really thought could probably deny me from getting pole would be Metal Gear, as he's in here as well. Could be just here for fun, I don't know. Doesn't worry me, to be honest. I'm not worried what any of the guys do. We're only here to worry about ourselves, and yeah. There you goes, pole position actually, 26.7 in the Lamborghini. Around the final corner we come though in our Porsche. Are we going to be able to threaten a 126.7 for pole position? No, we are not. 26.7 for us, half a tenth away, but not quite pole position here at Laguna Seca. And not going to lie, I was actually pretty annoyed with that, because that was a really good lap. The lap felt really good, probably one of the best that I'd done in the 3 or 4 attempts I did at this race. And yeah, I thought I might have been able to get maybe a mid or low 26, but yeah, unfortunately that just didn't quite happen. But we're still P2, so we're still in a good shot of fighting for the win. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But as I said at the start of the video, you've got to keep an eye on those Makosi drivers right behind us, especially the 3 of them right behind us, because well, they make this challenging to say the least. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But time is running out. 3, 2, 1, so let's go and see what happens. Alright, so here we are, all set, ready to roll at Laguna Seca, starting in 2nd position. Definitely felt like I could try and challenge Metal Gear. I did actually have a look at some of his footage post-race, and he was actually just doing this for fun and was actually going to try and no-stop if he could. So I think he's either on mediums or hards. I've started on softs, so I do need to get the jump on him here if I can. As you see, straight into turn 1, the grip difference that we have over that Lamborghini is absolutely mental, already right up his backside as we try and look for a move up the inside. Run a little bit wide, no way through for us there, unfortunately. And like I said, I wanted to get a move on as quickly as I could here to try and get away, because I knew I was definitely quicker than all these guys. But Metal Gear, not the easiest guy to get past. Yeah, probably one of the hardest actually, obviously. Very quick, and well, just looking behind, here's the first instance of what I was talking about earlier with those Makosi guys. Look behind, you can see that Toyota has just been sent off into no man's land there. by one of the Makosi drivers, so that's a pretty strong indication of how this race was going to pan out to me. And then Metal Gear, bit of a bad run, so we try to look to the inside. Coming in the final corner, he squeezes right up against the wall. Then we get a hit from the right-hand side, so it's all kicking off here now, as we've got a fellow Porsche up our inside. Now here's one of the Makosi guys, but you've got to keep an eye on this Peugeot behind. Now look on the radar, we get a hit in the left rear, sent into a half spin, but that's not all. The Porsche goes and absolutely murders Metal Gear. We get an absolute punt from behind, and somehow we're still in P2 apparently after all that. But yeah, that's what I meant when these guys make this race interesting. And like I said, to be honest, this was the 5th slot race, I think. I just come back to try this because the first few were they just didn't go well for me. I was just in no man's land, so I was pretty damn slow as well. So I put in a bit of practice, and I decided I'd come back for the final slot race. I don't know, partially just for shits and giggles to see what happened. And I'm not going to lie, when this race was over, I was actually kind of wishing that I didn't come back, because yeah, this race was not fun to be a part of at all. Like I said, I don't say it to you know, to try to be mean, but these FIA races, you know, are supposed to be like, you know, top split races, and supposed to carry like some pretty high quality drivers. And yeah, those Makosi guys were well, they're far from respectful or even decent. Their general pace isn't too bad. They've just got no racecraft. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, and that we have to deal with that, but we'll make the best of it. On to lap 6 at the moment. We've got a comfortable lead over everybody. We pick up half a second penalty there, so that's not going to help us out. So we'll have to serve that back around at the penalty zone. Where is it? I think out of turn 4, I think, in between 4 and 5. I might be wrong, I think that's where it is. But anyway, we're about 3.5 seconds clear, so it shouldn't affect us too much. Still lapping at a fairly solid pace at the moment too, so I'm not too fussed about you know, lap times dropping off at the moment. Strategy was going to come in at the end of this lap for mediums, and probably put the hards on with 1 or 2 laps to go. Just felt like that was probably the easiest and the best strategy to do, just to have track position. But into the pits we come now at the end of lap 7 to get these softs off, put the mediums on. I was able to save a little bit of fuel in the first stint as well. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to refuel all the way to get me home. I might have to put a little splash and dash in at the final pit stop, but I wanted to get all the fuel. I wanted to get the fuel out of the way in the first pit stop, so when I did pit for hards, I could just put the hards on and just worry about doing 1 or 2 laps at the end, not having to worry about a harder tyre plus a heavier car. And yeah, I just wanted to make things a bit easier for myself if I could. But Jesus, English today, it's not easy. But anyway, we re-emerge in P4 is what I was trying to say, and so far it's looking good. I think by memory I'm actually the only one in the top 5 that actually did the mandatory pit stops in this race. So as far as I'm aware, all I have to do is finish within 20 seconds of the leader and we should win the race. Coming on to the end of lap 12, I've caught up to the top 2. Now at this point I actually decided, nope, I'm going to bail in, because I didn't want to deal with those two, if I'm brutally honest. When I saw how much I was gaining on them there, I thought, nope, not interested. So I'm going to pull in a little bit earlier than what I would have liked. So we're going to do 3 laps on hards to the end now. Definitely not what I was wanting to do. I really wanted to pit at the end of lap 14 and just do 1 lap on the hards, but I felt like pitting now was honestly the best thing to do to get me out of that traffic, and yeah, just to make sure I didn't have to worry about battling those guys, because from the start of the race, yeah, was a pretty strong indication to me to stay as far away as possible from all of the Makosi drivers. and unfortunately we haven't seen the last of them yet, as we've re-emerged in P7, but we're within 20 seconds of the lead, crucially. So at the moment we are still set to win this race, coming on to the final lap now, still within 20 seconds, but as you can see here, we got one of the Mikosi drivers in front of us. Now initially I didn't think much of it with how much we were gaining, but then it hit me, seeing that there were two Mikosis in first and second, that this guy was actually deliberately slowing up to try and make sure that those two won the race. And I know some of you might be thinking, well, it's a bit early to say that, but watch this. As we come up to the final corner, we try to go round the outside, and just look at this, tries to just clean escort us into the gravel. We're able to avoid, as we come around the final corner, he's ended up in the gravel, so good riddance really. But we come across the line, and there we go. We do win the final slot race here at Laguna Seca. All those guys with time penalties for not doing the mandatory pit stops. But like I said, you would think I would be happy with a win in a Manufacturer Series race. And if I'm brutally honest, I wasn't. There was really no emotion of winning that race. The only emotion I had, if I'm brutally honest, was just disgust, because yeah, that was honestly the dirtiest FIA race I've ever been a part of. Alright, so there we have it. Penultimate round of the Manufacturer Series, done and dusted. Now, the screenshot that you're seeing right now, this was taken after the final race of the Manufacturer Series, which I should have uploaded maybe in the next 2-3 days if everything goes according to plan. As you can see, we end up second in Tasmania, so that's alright. Fourth for Porsche, and only 29th in the Oceania region, so definitely need to improve on that for next season. But all in all, I don't know, this has been a bit of a scrappy Manufacturer Series, to be honest, so I definitely need to improve for next season. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope everybody enjoyed. Like always, remember, stay at home, stay safe. Hope everybody is well. And yeah, that's it from me today. So until my next video, I will see you all next time.